The woman who accused Bill Cosby of sexual assault was back on the stand today. Andrea Constand testified for 7 hours today. Julie Grant was in the courtroom during that testimony, and she joins us live from Montgomery County with more. Julie.
Susan, good evening to you. Bill Cosby's attorney, Angela Agrusa, was looking for that Perry Mason moment the entire time she was cross-examining Andrea Constand, and it just wasn't there. Constand was very thoughtful in her answers, very composed and well-spoken. Agrusa, however, appeared very disorganized at times and wasn't introducing evidence properly. Now, the alleged victim in this case, Andrea Constand, says that Cosby drugged and sexually assaulted her at his Montgomery County home in January of 2004. The defense referred to police reports where Constand said it happened in March, and then she said she was mistaken on that. The defense then went through several phone records showing she called Cosby numerous times after the alleged assault, but when the prosecutor pointed out that in the first police interview, she did say it happened in January of 2004. It was very powerful. She then explained the numerous phone calls with Cosby were about the Temple women's basketball team. Temple was where she worked as the director of operations of the women's basketball team. She left her job there then in March of 2004, and the phone records showed that she was not calling Cosby anymore after that. Overall, Constand was a very strong witness for the prosecution in this case, and the only witness who was possibly even stronger was her mother, Gianna Constand. She noticed changes in her daughter when she moved back home to Canada in March. She said, quote, she was having a lot of nightmares. I could hear her. The fact that she screamed after the nightmares. It was very, very frequent. When Constand told her about it in January of 2005, she called Cosby to confront him about what he gave her daughter. She calls it the conversation where he surrendered. She told the jury, quote, he said, I have to go upstairs and look at the prescription bottle. She said that Cosby admitted to her to having sexual contact with her daughter, Andrea, saying there was no penile penetration, just digital penetration and the fondling of her breasts. She then told the jury that, quote, he admitted that he was a sick man. According to her, Cosby even told her that her daughter had an orgasm during the event. She said the conversation ended with him saying, quote, he said, I apologize to Andrea and I apologize to you, Mom. The prosecutor then played a conversation that Gianna Constand recorded with herself and Bill Cosby, in which he offered to pay for more schooling for her daughter Andrea and wanted them to meet in another city. And Susan, at one point, she started crying on the stand, putting her hand over her eyes and saying, I just have to get my composure. If Cosby is convicted in this case, he could face up to 30 years in prison. Live outside of the Montgomery County Courthouse, I'm Julie Grant, KDKA-TV News.